Hello, my name is Danetta Tibbs, and I will be presenting on college retention rates, applying systems thinking. So the model that I chose was a faculty-student relationship. And to begin that relationship, we want to look at how the teachers providing a positive environment impacts student learning and student retention. So having a strong and supportive relationship between the teacher, it creates a positive environment. So teachers, which makes the students feel safe in the classroom. Um, so that sense of belonging will help students to remain engaged in the work in their schoolwork. Um, which then builds a rapport that fosters trust. When teachers show interest in their students and build a rapport with their students, that fosters trust. And trust makes them feel or helps students feel motivated, and they actually really want to participate in the student learning process. Of course, teachers then need to create some engaging lessons. Students want to be engaged. They need to be interactive. It should be topics or things that are of interest to the students that help them remain engaged in the student learning process. And of course, providing academic feedback and encouragement also fosters it allows the student to remain motivated, especially if they're having any type of academic difficulties. Moving to the retention feedback loop, teachers that build strong relationships by acknowledging students and assisting underachieving students. They help to foster the stronger relationships when students feel acknowledged, they feel like someone knows that I'm here, they feel appreciated. That then goes back to that trust. Students feel motivated, supported, and capable of succeeding. When teachers put that confidence in students to make them eager to learn, that makes them know, hey, my teacher is invested in my education as well. And sometimes we just need that support that helps the student to feel capable of succeeding. Then the students are more likely to stay engaged and they will improve academically. So once the teachers build the rapport, they make them feel they show that they care, and they are more likely to stay engaged academically. And in turn, that improved student performance will then improve the retention rate, which then hopefully motivates the teacher to repeat that cycle of acknowledging the students, making sure that they are there and present for them to stay engaged. So it's just the whole feedback loop. And so here are a couple of cause and effect questions that I would wanted to address. One is, what happens if there are no interventions? If there are no interventions, then the students will face academic challenges, of course. The student will disengage in their schoolwork. The student they won't be knowledgeable of any additional assistance that they have, and they will possibly may drop out, which of course will affect the attention rate, your retention rates. And how do early interventions positively affect the students? Teachers that can identify their student engagement levels when a class first starts, and you can identify students who are not responding, they're not really engaged at different levels. So that's one way that early interventions can assist and positively affect the student outcome. Um, Once the teacher identifies these students that where their engagement levels are not there due to maybe absences or just failing grades or behavioral issues, um, these teachers can provide some additional resources and some emotional support. They can open up that dialogue and have that conversation that students may need There's some tutoring services you can you can have, or there is a counseling center that you can visit and get some additional outside support from the additional resources. Of course, that will then in turn improve the trust level. And it all goes back to when students feel like they matter and that someone is really invested in their education, that makes them that opens up those lines of trust, which then fosters open communication. That student that may be in trouble is more likely to come to you and say, "Hey, I need help. I am struggling. I have this going on. I have that going on, and I need some additional assistance." So that communication, that open communication fosters the academic uh, retention rates. And reflecting upon uh, my reflections of the thinking systems, of course, thinking systems create sustainability. They are designed to help foster lasting changes. And they address the root cause rather than treating the symptoms, which leads to the improvement of student learning outcomes. We Student-teacher relationships, they affect retention socially and academically, and they help to shape the learning experience of the student. So these critical early preventions and student-teacher engagement are all important factors in our retention. Thank you. That will conclude my presentation. Thank you for listening.